Hey there, friends. Kevin here from the Chord Progression Podcast. The podcast is inspiring young rock and metal fans to discover new music and help them find a place they can connect and feel accepted. So welcome, everybody, on this clip from our absolute incredible episode with Jared from Heliocentric. With him being a former street preacher turned atheist who's making Christian metal, there's a lot going on there. So when it comes to the divide between Christianity and metal, Jared absolutely gets it. And he brings up one great point about maybe another place where that divide is coming from. It's absolutely incredible. You're going to want to take a listen to this one. So before you do that, make sure you hit like on this video in order to push in the algorithm. I want to thank you for that. And hit subscribe to make sure you're not missing on every single podcast. We come out every Tuesday and Thursday, our Friday reaction songs, and of course, all these different reaction clips from the podcast. So enough with me talking. Let's get into it.
I think that a lot of people are just really afraid. And I think that that's maybe what drives all of it. You know, why do you walk around the street preacher? Why are you refuse to interact with them? Sometimes it's because you're busy, sometimes it's because you got other plans, but I think there's a part of a lot of people that wonders well, shit, what if he's right? And they don't want to listen to that. But, when you're confident in your belief, then it's that guy's not a threat to me. I'm curious about who he is and what he stands for. And you're just able to kind of analyze it and interpret it. And I think that that's, going back to the scrutiny that Christians put on Christian bands. I think that there's a huge level of fear in that as well, right? It's, can these people be trusted? Are they safe? Are they really out to hurt us or harm us? Yeah, I don't know what to make of all that. Just how much fear there is in our lives and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and how do we interpret this world and what's going to damn us, what's going to save us. It's a lot. It's hard being human.
All right, so let's go in and deconstruct that. And that is an absolutely incredible idea to think about when it comes to fear being one of the main drivers between Christianity and metal. And it goes on both sides as well. Take a look at what he said about the street preacher, because again, he was a street preacher at one point in time in his life. If you were to walk up past, towards him, and he's street preaching and going and trying to preach the gospel, do whatever he can, and are you going to go up to them? Maybe you don't have the time of day. Maybe, I think about this. Every time I go to Summerfest here in Milwaukee, usually walking to the gates, there's always at least one or two street preachers right in front of the gates with a bullhorn screaming their message. Now, most of them I'm like, no, I want to get into the festival. There's some band I want to go see, so a lot of times I don't have the time of day, but if I were, would I be able to go up to that person and have a legit conversation with them? Or would I be fearful that my belief in what I believe in isn't strong enough to actually have a consistent debate with this person and share ideas in a considerable manner and not feel like I'm afraid of this person, that they're going to try and turn me into something I don't want to be? Now, that's a lot of things where I come and think about too, but from the other side, again, there might be a lot of fear for Christians within metal, even these Christian bands. Again, can they be trusted? Because I've been told for so long that this sound is not supposed to be spiritual, is not fulfilling, is not, supposed to be wholesome for my soul, where I should be listening to other types of music and other things. Despite the fact that this band is saying that they're a quote-unquote Christian band and they're spreading a positive message. The fear of that embeddedness is something that absolutely drives people away from, that are in Christians, from metal music, from anything that has a heavier sound to it, because of how closely associated it is in pop culture with darkness and things that the Christians would think of as darkness or as evil. We always see the black clothing when it comes to, every band ever in metal. They always have, their primary shirts, 95% of them are black. I look in my closet right now and see every single band shirt I have. I can guarantee you 90% of those t-shirts are black. And it makes a lot of sense, because as humans, we are driven a lot by our emotions. And fear is one of the biggest emotional drivers that you could possibly think of. If you think of absolute fear, it has driven us for so many decisions. And think about what we went through in 2020. How many of those decisions were based off of fear itself and fear alone? It's something that is incredible to think about. And from the metal side towards Christians, if you believe so strongly within your music and the fact that it's positive, you can have a conversation with someone that is very deep rooted within their Christian roots who may not like what we like, and have a legitimate conversation with them. Or if you're on the other side with your Christian faith, you know, and just because the sound isn't wholesome and you're afraid that that sound being associated in pop culture with so many other things that you see as negative, you know, not everything is negative. Take a look at all the bands that are doing so many positive things in the world. Are there outliers? Of course there are going to be outliers on both ends of the spectrum. There's going to be bands that have members that do bad things that might have evil intentions, and there's going to be Christians that do bad things that have evil intentions. We've seen both of those over the course of history. But for the majority of what we know is these people are good people. These people are fantastic people once you get to know them, and being able to break down that fear, have enough confidence within yourself, and to be able to bridge that gap so that, you know, maybe people that are Christians, maybe they understand that bands like Silent Planet, bands like We Came as Romans, bands like Devil Wears Prada, bands like August Burns Red, bands like, I could go on and on, but bands that just people connect with in such a positive way and make their lives so much more positive and so much more wholesome, the same way that going through the gospel, studying it, and being heavily rooted in your Christian faith does for the Christians. It's very possible. Do I still connect with people that are within the Christian faith? Of course I do, because I grew up in that. And do they see me a little bit differently? Probably, because of the stuff I do with all the rock and metal music. However, when we were able to break that divide, and the fact that we're still friends to this day, I mean, I'd rather have those people as friends than not as friends, because some of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. Is everyone going to be like those people? No. But just got to be open to it. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to watch our full episode with Jared, hit that link description below where you'll find the whole link for the whole episode there. You can also listen on Spotify, Podcast, iHeart Radio, and Amazon. All links are down there as well. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on every podcast that comes out every Tuesday and Thursday. Every single one of these reaction clips from the podcast, and of course our reaction videos every Friday for a brand new song that we're going to try and get into. So I want to thank you all for watching this one. This is Kevin, and I'm out.